human beings. Welcome to your meditation practice. It's so great to be back here with you on YouTube. My name is Bee, and I will be guiding you through your practice today. Something that I have been really passionate about recently is the value of setting up a consistent practice. Now, if you've never meditated before, the idea of setting up a consistent meditation practice may seem foreign and inaccessible to you. I want you to think about brushing your teeth. When you were younger, it was probably not something that you wanted to do every day, but your parents made you. And so now, whatever age you are, you brush your teeth twice a day, most likely. Meditation, similar to brushing your teeth, takes time to adopt. Maybe one day we'll all get to the point where we're doing it twice a day. But for now, there is value in doing it a few times a week, even if it's short, even if your meditation practice is 5 to 10 minutes. Doing it regularly, making it part of your routine, can change everything. So before we get started, I'd love to share 4 useful tips for establishing and strengthening your practice. The first one is choosing a space to practice. That can be in your bedroom, in your car, in your backyard, but ideally it's somewhere that is easy to get to, that you can go to often without even thinking about it. And if you have a meditation cushion, it's set up in its place so that all you have to do is plop down on it. Over time, you can practice anywhere, but it is helpful, especially when starting a consistent practice, to pick a spot and stick with it. Your second helpful tip is to establish proper posture. One of the reasons that we set up our meditation practice in a specific way is we want to feel supported, energized, awake, but also give the breath space to freely move. So setting up your body is very important. Third is focusing your attention on something. Typically, when we practice mindfulness meditation, we focus all of our attention onto the breath. Sometimes you can choose a mantra or a word to fixate your attention on, but I find that the breath is the most useful. Finally, showing up with a non-judgmental attitude. Openness during meditation is so important for your practice, because some days you're going to show up and really not want to be here. Your mind will be distracted, you'll be feeling lousy, maybe everyone in your family is just buzzing around you. There are going to be moments where you don't want to show up for practice, but because it's a habit, it's something that you do when you're feeling good, when you're feeling bad, and anywhere in between, it will feel more accessible. So in our practice today, I encourage you to pick a location that you'd like to set your practice in. So if you want to pause the video and get set up, that's awesome. If you are in your location and ready to rock, you can start by setting up your posture. So if you're sitting on a cushion like me, your legs can be loosely crossed in front of you or tucked behind you. If you're on a chair, 2 feet can be firmly planted on the ground. Ideally, you have some extra support underneath your seat. If you're lying down, I would encourage you to bend up your knees and plant 2 feet on the ground just to feel that stability underneath your feet. And then start to feel your spine get long, the crown of your head reaching up toward the sky. And as your spine lengthens, your seat gets heavier, your legs get heavier. There's this sense of being upright but not uptight. And then just adding in a slight tuck of the chin to the chest. Feel the back of the neck get long. And then your gaze can be down at the ground, either eyes open or eyes closed. If the eyes stay open, blinking happens automatically. And it's almost as if you're taking in this panoramic view instead of fixating on one point. And now that the body is set up, we can start to focus the attention on the breath. So noticing right away where the breath is the most prominent in the body. Typically that's through the nose, the throat, the back of the chest, the low belly. But wherever you do feel it, let your mind start to rest there. Just really taking in that sensation. What does it feel like? What does it sound like? If it were to look like something, how would you describe it? And that sense of curiosity might help your mind stay connected to the breath. But eventually, a distraction will come up. That's just part of the practice. So when you notice that your mind has gotten distracted or just wandered off completely, take a moment to call out what distracts you. Instead of pushing it away, look at it, call it out. And then from there, make the choice to let it go. From there, you'll return back to the feeling of the breath in the body and start over. And you do this as many times as you need to, meeting every distraction with non-judgment. If your mind could help it, it would. We can't control the distractions. We can only work on how we react to it. So focusing the attention on the breath as best you can. And when your mind wanders off, just taking those steps to come back. And if at this point you notice that the mind has wandered off, no big deal. Take a moment to come back, return to the breath, and without judgment, move forward confidently. And in our final moments of practice together, just touching in with a bit of gratitude, knowing that showing up for yourself, establishing a strong practice can be difficult. It can be challenging, but we do it anyway because we care. We care about the health and support of our mind just as much as we care about the health and support of our body. When you're ready to come out of practice, you can open your eyes or raise your gaze and start to come back. Beautiful job, everybody. Thank you so much for practicing with me here today. If you are interested in really building a consistent practice, I would love to invite you to join my 4-week meditation challenge. It begins April 11th. We have live classes where we meet up 3 times a week. Everything is recorded, so if you cannot make it live and you'd like to do it on your own, that's fantastic too. I hope that you'll join me. The information to sign up is linked below, and I hope to see you all very soon. Thank you.